Hello ladies and gentlemen, Expert Legion here, and I'm gonna make a quick video explaining the weapon system in NeonKnight. So when it comes to weapon, you'll understand the typical stats: accuracy, fire rate, damage, reload speed, clip, and ammo. Ammo's the reserve, clip is how much you can shoot before you have to reload. And usually when you look in your weapon, you wouldn't see these stats down here, right? So when you would need to unlock them, go into your settings, you can turn on additional gun info that will tell you more about the gun. That will let you see more of the gun stats, and that's very important to when you're build crafting these guns. Now, as you level up, you would notice that these weapons have levels, right? Now, I recommend when you hit level 30 is when you start crafting weapons. You start using the forge. I don't recommend you start building at level like 30 below, but you know, it's up to you. You don't have to follow my advice. You can do whatever you want, but that's just my honest opinion. My personal opinion, sorry, is don't start using forge, save up flux, and start dismantling weapon mods, whichever one you want to keep and whichever one you want to, eat away. Of course. Okay, now I was talking about level system because every time you level up, your weapon level doesn't level up. So let's say like I'm level 51, for example, right? And my gun is level 20. Now, it doesn't matter damage wise, right? So that's why I recommend start forging when you're at above level 30 above, because at level 20 you're just wasting your resource, or level 30 below, sorry. Because having a gun level around your level is much better because you're dealing a exact damage, right? Besides, like, unless you're using whatever type of damage, I'm just gonna say shotgun, for example, on 23 per 7 hits, right? If it was like level 20, it's probably doing less. Probably like tickle finger. It's probably gonna tickle the enemy. It's not gonna do any damage, right? So that's why I recommend having not upgrading the gun much and just pick up whatever gun you find and use that, right? Whichever role you get, like, oh, okay, this role's good, use that. Don't start upgrading and be like, oh my god, I got this really good gun. It's like level 20, has some insane roll. Yeah, no, don't do that. Okay, don't start upgrading a level 20 gun. Like, use that gun, yeah, but at some point you need to move on to the next gun. But that means, here's the thing, because if you start upgrading a gun at level 20, right, or 25, whatever, it doesn't matter, just any level below 30. As you level up, you will have to get rid of that gun eventually, because you can't do anything about it, right? Unless you have veterancy, which increases damage per level. And I'll explain that later, but that's the reason why I don't recommend upgrading the guns. And just use whatever you find picking up the ground. Or you can use the loot box system and hopefully get something good. Now, I think I perfectly explained on the level system. Now we're gonna talk about the rarity system, right? Because you see like different stats, like 26, based on whatever gun it is, right? So let's say these are 2 pulse rifles. I like to call it pulse. It's a different term, but you can call it 3-round per burst. Doesn't matter. I would use it pulse because I use that term more. I know about that term more, right? So with pulse rifles, rarity does matter, right? It's not only level, but rarity as well. If you're using like an uncommon, yeah, the stats for sure is going to be horrible. But sometimes, for funny reasons with NeonKnight, when you're picking up a white gun, it is much better sometimes than a, let's say, the highest rarity is Omega, which is weird, right? You would expect an Omega rarity to be much better than a white, a common gun, but that's not the case in here. But sometimes it does matter based on levels, right? So watch whatever rarity you're using, okay? Don't, maybe like if you're above level 30, I don't recommend upgrading a gun that is uncommon. Try to get yourself an experimental above a rare, right? Above a rare, pristine, experimental, legendary, Omega, right? you would want to focus on those type of guns because they are much better in stats. You don't want to focus on a common or uncommon or unique because you're gonna throw it away. Unless you're max level, then I mean you can do whatever you want with your resource. But it's better to focus on a gun that has a high rarity, right? Like let's say I'm level 20 and I got an Omega Blade, right? Much better, 100% much better in stats compared to a common. So when it comes to rarity, it's very important, right? And I think that should cover. But do I need anything else? Do I need to cover? Yeah, level does matter. Rarity system does matter. Do not ignore rarity, right? Sometimes you can use a lower rarity just to compensate what you lost. Like let's say you didn't follow my advice and you went ahead and straight up upgrade a gun at level 25, for example, right? Eventually, when you get to level 35, you find out that that gun does less damage and you can't really do anything about it. I mean, the only thing you can do is just throw it away. I know you're probably gonna start panicking, so you would want to pick up a random white gun, uncommon gun off the ground when you're playing the game and you start using that. If that helps you, go for it, but do not upgrade it, okay? Or unless, try your best to compensate it by using the gun that you're using. Like let's say you're level 40, level 35, and you have a level 25 gun. Honestly, my honest opinion, I would recommend just using a just any rarity that is above rare, right? Just the unique, uncommon, common section down there is still bad stats wise, right? So if you find yourself struggling in resource and you don't want to get rid of that gun, hold on to it until you find something better. But you cannot hold on to it forever. You will eventually need to throw it away. And you can't do anything about that, right? I can't do anything about it. But do be careful when you're going to upgrade guns, right? The only reason why is because once you added a perk onto a gun, you cannot remove it at all. You can either add to, so there's 6 slots of upgrades, right? You can add 6 slots of mods into the gun, but you cannot remove them at all. Of course, you can remove them if you, click onto it and you click dismantle, for example, right? But that's the only way. You can't remove a mod and then you can add another mod. No, that's not how it works, right? Like I said, you can only add 6 mods, and that is it. You cannot remove them to add something else that you actually want. Once these mods are final, you can't do anything about it, okay? So watch out for your flux. See what type of mod is perfect for your gun based on situation wise and what would benefit more, okay? If you want my honest opinion about that, then just head into the comments, ask me, okay? Or you can join my Discord in the description and give you guys a more in-depth guide in there. But I hope this video helps. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like, and if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button as well. I really appreciate you guys' support and everyone's. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.